If you're watching this, that's right. You made it to another weekend, and this is the Freakin' Weekend Tarot, where we're going to get the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is for November 28th, 29th, and the 30th, and we've got Mercury going direct. We got Venus moving into a fire sign. Holy shit, is it going to be hot? Happy weekend, everybody. Let's get to it. Welcome, everybody. It's Jeff here, Raise Your Vibration TV. And when you see that singing bowl in the middle of the screen, you know it's time for, that's right, the Freakin' Weekend, everybody. Hell yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is when we get the vibes for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're new to the channel, got everybody's sign in the singing bowl, and we're going to get a nice, fun, light tarot reading for the weekend. Please check out the midweek reset tarot reading Wednesdays at 10 a.m. That's where we get the vibe for Wednesday and Tuesday. So yeah, welcome everybody. Hope you had a great holiday. Hope you're, are you eating leftovers? I know I am. Well, actually, I'm recording this, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. It's Wednesday. It's Thanksgiving Eve, you know, so I'm doing a Thanksgiving Eve, and just got done helping my mom put the stuffing together and some pies and all of that, you know, because that's what her boy does, you know, help mama with the Thanksgiving turkey. Plus, you know, she's getting old, you know, so I don't want her to run herself ragged, but she's doing fine, especially when her Jeffy's helping her. So let's get over to that tarot table. Let's pull out, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, leftovers. Yeah, there we are. Just all over the place. All right, let's just get to it, okay? I'm going to be adding a new feature here for the Freakin' Weekend for this week, and these are Astro Dice. He's got his Astro Dice, and these Astro Dice are labeled with numbers, house numbers 1 through 12. All the signs, you know, at first I thought about this is what I was going to use for the Freakin' Weekend. I was just going to roll the die, you know, but I had this singing bowl sitting there, and I was like, you know what? Put them all in a singing bowl and pick it out. And then you can ring that and annoy everybody. And then so we have all the 12 signs on here. And then we have the 12. Well, do we have 12 on here? All the planets. Sun, the moon. You see that? Why? What's going on here? Focus. All right. You see? So, and then we'll roll those. And then that gives a really good idea about what kind of energy is working with you. It's pretty cool. I like it. And that's what I use to train my astrology students and blending and putting things together with the symbols. Meanings together, I should say. All right, let's get to it. Ready for the Freakin' Weekend. We got the first quarter happening on Friday, okay? We have Mercury going direct on Saturday. Holy shit. Well, it stations to direct. So just be aware of that. Just because Mercury's going direct doesn't mean that all the communication problems are solved. Well, it's going to take a couple days for that to kind of kick in. So Saturday could be a literal clusterfuck with miscommunication. So just be aware of that. Saturn is kind of that went direct on the 27th, so just be aware. And then Sunday, Venus moves into Sagittarius. Hallelujah. That's a good energy there. Loving for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the first person. Who is it? And it's Aquarius. Oh, hell. Aquarius, welcome to the Freakin' Weekend. Let's put you on the board. Beautiful Aquarians, where are you? There you are. Ooh. Let's do it. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe for the weekend for you. I just want to give these cards a shuffle first. No, actually, I forgot I was going to incorporate the the astrology dice. All right, Aquarius, so let's roll the astrology dice. Oh, man, I just pulled my fucking... There we go. Okay. All right, we have Mars in Gemini in the first house. Okay, so what that says to me is Lots of communication coming in for you, okay? From multiple sources. Lots of communication. I want you to be very aware of how you speak to other people, okay? Because Aquarius, when I see this kind of energy, that is, make sure that you're not being so aggressive. Mars is very aggressive. When it's in Gemini, it can be a little almost manic, all right? And it's in the first house, so this has to do with about how you are perceiving the world, how you are interacting with it, okay? How you are presenting yourself. So be aware of that, Aquarius. Don't be so aggressive in your communication, in your response. You know, pause a little bit and then move forward. But it's about taking action. It could be you going, you know what? Now that Thanksgiving's over with, I'm going to really work out and eat right and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Could be. All right, let's get the vibe for you. I like that. I actually like that. All right, Aquarius. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do it. What else? Oh, hell no, hell no. Stay away from the drama, Aquarius. You don't need to compete. You don't need to fight. You don't need any of that. I want you to be aware that you don't need to be dragged into somebody else's drama. I want you to really put up some boundaries this weekend. It's very important that you put up boundaries this weekend. The High Priestess is trusting your intuition, going with the flow this weekend. Don't try to fight anything. The process, you know, and then that Mars in the first house, that's very indicative to what you need to understand here, is that the aggression and the approach can really be bad. We don't want to go there, okay? So, but this is all about protecting your energy, standing your ground. We don't want to do that, okay? So, let's get some oracles. Yeah, Strength card. And it's about control. You're not in control. So just rest, reconsider. You see the messages that are coming out here, and keeping that vision alive in your mind. Hold that vision in your mind and it will appear in the reality of yours. That's what you do. So be careful where you're putting your vision. Again, protect your energy. Your energy is sacred. And you just don't need to give it out willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware of that. The big message here is go with the flow. Don't fight with anything this weekend. You know, you got this. That's the big message. You got this. Yeah, have faith, especially when it comes to relationships. We need to take a mature stance. We almost need to change the way that we're approaching relationships. We have faith that the message will come through Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Yeah. So definite communication, definite making yourself clear, changing the way that you communicate in your relationships. Again, let's not be so aggressive. There's no need to rush. Although the Knight of Swords looks like he's rushing right in, and you know it could be a mistake. That horse is like, bull, you know what I mean? So just be aware of that. It's really a time to protect your energy. Don't let other people dictate. I don't know. I feel like I have to say that. Why do I have to say that, Aquarius? Like, don't let people almost like bully you. You know, I don't know. Okay. All right, let's get some messages here. Let's get some more messages. All right. Cloudy judgment. Illusions, unbalanced, and distorted. Again, make sure you got the whole truth. There could be some drama, gossip going on. Be aware of that. And I like this card. I never saw this one in this deck. Only you. Only you. With devoted, attached, and craving. Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you something. This energy especially Venus moving into Sagittarius. I said in the midweek reset, if you haven't seen that, go and check that out Wednesdays. Okay, it's already posted. But there's a second chance at Venus in Sagittarius is saying getting a second chance and falling in love with fill in the blank again. So that could be my job, that could be with myself, that could be with another. Mark my words, okay? So there's craving, someone's coming to you. Be aware of that. Is it a booty call or is it something real? If it's a booty call, they're only doing it with you. So that has value. You know? Oh, Jeff. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, yeah. Again, the aggression, time, delay, procrastination, and too busy. Okay? Maybe that's what you're doing. You're trying to fight for some me time. You need to make some me time. You just open up to it, okay? And salty. Bitter, angry, and petty. Well, again, there's this air of drama around. Don't be so salty, Aquarius. It doesn't suit you at all. All right, let's get a closing message from the Rebel deck. These are quite funny, but they really do give some, good advice. Sometimes I call it a towel snap from the universe, All right, Aquarius. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Forgive, let that shit go. And that's what you're needing to do, because this explains a lot. Let it go. You're being petty. Again, or someone's being petty around you. Doesn't matter. Let it go. That's the big thing, Aquarius, okay? So that is going to do it for your freaking weekend tarot reading. Aquarius, thank you so much for watching. I try to keep it light, but go ahead and check out the midweek reset, and that will give you a lot more insight. You watch the two of these together, and you're like, oh, damn, okay, I got it. You'll be quite surprised on how that works out. And the big thing is don't be so aggressive, and don't let others be aggressive to you, Again, it's protecting your energy and putting up those boundaries. It's very important, and they don't change with the person. Okay, that's the other thing I had to say. I'm glad I said it before I switched the name out. All right, Aquarius, I love you all. Have a great weekend. Let's take you off the board and see who is next. And it's Libra, doing the air signs. Air signs, air signs. Doing all the air signs. On the freaking weekend, let's roll the dice. Libra, welcome. Let's roll the dice. What do we have? Wow. Mars in Leo in the first house. Now that's interesting. Aquarius got Mars and Gemini in the first house. You've got Mars and Leo in the first. Oh boy, oh boy. Libra, you are on the hunt. I'm gonna tell you this though. With Mars and Mars and Leo can be extra. And because it's in the first house, it's what you're putting out there to the universe, what you're putting out to other people too. And that could come off as too aggressive. That could come off as egotistical. So be aware of that, Libra. I'm getting more of a romantic kind of vibe off of it, So go with that. It's better than to turn somebody off like, ew, you are too in love with yourself. You know what I'm saying? It could just be too much. Mars in the first house is a lot. You know what I mean? So just be aware of that. Okay, so let's get the vibe for you. We try to keep it light. Try to keep it fun. Sometimes the message, it's got to come through. But really, it's not like I try to tone down the message. If it's got to come through serious and hard, well, that's what's got to happen. But, you get all that on the midweek reset. That's the reason why I did it that way, is so you got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Although, of course, we're not doing a live on Thursday, but we will next week, believe you me. So I already planned that. Thursday, 7 p.m. Absolutely. All right. Let's see, Libra. Excellent. All right. You need to make a decision. You need to manage your time a little better this weekend. Empower yourself. It's time to nurture yourself, but God damn it, is this not good energy? I mean, if you're not embracing this, then that's why. The Two of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Empress. I'm looking at these three going, okay, take the blindfold off, make a decision. I know that's hard for you to do, but you got to do it. Eight of Pentacles is put in the work. Do what you said you were going to do. You know what I mean? Don't try to cut corners. And empowering yourself means that you can make this decision. You can get through this. And when you do, Knight of Cups, an offer comes in. It's very beautiful. The Chariot, swift success, looks like traveling here. And the Ten of Cups, family, good times had by all. I love that. I love that for you. That's good. But don't let the schedule, I guess, the schedule, get you all bent out of shape. You know, like, oh, we got to do this, and then I got to run here. You know, just this is too good. You know, don't rush around. You don't need to go crazy. That's when shit happens. You know, so just be aware of that. But yeah, challenging times. Oh, we got all this stuff to do. You know, even if maybe this time of year is a challenging time for you. That's okay. Take the lead. I got this. I got this. Everything works out in my favor. But man, am I surrounded by a lot of love. I am not focusing on these challenging times. I am going ahead and empowering myself. I'm giving myself this opportunity to look at all the things I'm grateful for. You know, even start being grateful for the things you don't have yet. That brings them closer to your reality. So let's look at relationships and love. We got the heart chakra out. We've got the Ten of Cups. We could be very indecisive about where we're going with our relationships. And, you know, yes, it's been challenging, but, you know, you got to empower yourself. That's the biggest thing. Look at the Empress at the bottom of the deck, as I'm talking about that. You know, so you've got to pay attention, Libra. Pay attention, please. Attention, Libra. The universe is calling. Will you take the call? You know? That kind of thing. Oh, baby. Let's get to it. All right, there we go. Woo. All right. Still a lot. Ooh, lots of major cards. This is a big deal. All right. It's time to end the negative. Yeah, the challenging times. That's what's got you indecisive. Put in the work. Relationships are work. You need to put the work in. It's all right. You're strong enough. You got strength. You got this. Another 8. Knight of Wands brings in an offer here. I really like this. This is travel. This is travel. Another 10. The world could be dealing with a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. Or, yeah, and here too. So fixed signs is where it's at. All right? Wow. This is great energy. Big time traveling. And maybe that's what you're worried about. I got to travel. I got to do this. Just go with it. Just, you know, again, empower yourself. You're strong enough to do this. Okay? All right. But this looks beautiful energy. It's time, especially when it's relationships. I really want you to just take it all in. Open your heart. You know, tell people how much you appreciate them and how much you love them. Okay? All right. Commitment. Ooh. Marriage. Promises. Infidelity. All right. Not infidelity. Fidelity. This is commitments. Making a commitment to your relationships. Are a lot of you getting engaged on Thanksgiving or something like that? Soulmates. Wow. Deep love, unity, and connection. Yeah. Connection, commitment, it's all there. I mean, cycles completing. That's a great reading. That's an absolutely great reading. And I hope you kind of open up to that. I have a feeling people are going to be proposed to. I got that strong feeling. Mars in a Leo energy, definitely. Let's look at this. Two-faced, double life cheater and backstabber. Okay, so I mean, we've got these two extremes. I guess it's, what are you going to choose? Or are you finding things out? This adds insult to injury. Narcissist, egotistical, opportunist, and this person is actually very fragile. You know what I mean? That's definitely the other person, and that's why they are the way they are, but that doesn't mean that you have to be that way. You know, there's a good possibility here that a lot of you are letting the challenging times no longer affect you and really moving into a beautiful energy here. Why not? Libra, you deserve it. So let's get a closing message from the Rebel deck. I mean, yeah, it's, wow. Libra, time to let go. Move the fuck on. Whew. A lot of you are doing that. We're getting ready to. I'm going to tell you what. It's very good when you do. Mark my words, this weekend could be the start of it, you know? Okay, so, wow. Libra, I know, I'm trying to keep it light. I'm trying to keep it light. I mean, there's like a mixed message in there. It's a mixed bag. And I think that's why you're probably indecisive. But I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of just focus on the things that truly matter in your life, you know, and let go of shitty relationships. You don't need them. You deserve so much better, Libra. So just remember that, okay? All right. Let's go ahead and clear the board, Libra. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great weekend. Let's see who's next. Ooh, well, sorry, Taurus. Threw you right back in the bowl. Virgo. Welcome, Virgo, to the freaking weekend. There you are on the board. We are all set. Just want to give these one more shuffle. All right, let's do the astrology dice. Okay. Wow, the moon in Aquarius in the 9th house. Okay, so you could really be having some mixed emotions about spirituality and faith. I feel a lot of you may be thinking about going back to school or learning something new here, Virgo. With the moon in Aquarius, that's I don't know. I think you it's really hard, and I'll tell you why. It's hard for me to express it because the feelings you have are so unique that it's very hard to express it in the way that I'm trying to convey it here. And basically is that, you know, we need to really get in tune with our emotions, and it looks like maybe some Virgos are like donating time or something like that. It seems like a very spiritual kind of weekend, you know, where you get in touch with your feelings. You may change the way that you feel about things. Yeah, interesting energy I'm feeling off of that. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, we're wrestling with something here this weekend. We're getting out of our stuck perspective, and that moon in Aquarius could bring that perspective. And then we have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This is, yeah, just really getting in tune with yourself, maybe just having like a very, I don't know, like a spiritual experience. This is you taking care of you. Maybe you're just taking the weekend off, you know, like, okay, that's it. But there's definitely going with the flow, not being stuck and being indecisive. You know what I mean? It's time to look at things differently. And that's putting yourself in your cup first. I love that. It could also be you opening up to a relationship with yourself or somebody else. So just be aware of that. Okay? Wow. Yeah. Venus moving into Sagittarius. Yeah. But, you know, there's a stuck perspective here. And I think that you just need to, well, here it is. Helpless and hopeless. That's what's got you stuck. Just breathe. You've got this. Trust the universe and open up. Yeah. So opening up to love, opening up to somebody, something is going on here. And, or just, it's time for you to do it for yourself. You know what I mean? Interesting. 448. Interesting. All right, let's get love for you. Let's see what's going on with relationships and love. Ace of Cups, open up. Are you kidding me? The Devil in the Chariot. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah. Could be some spicy energy here. Don't be tempted to put your time and energy into things that don't pay off. Again, here's the thing. I think a lot of you are maybe volunteering or something like that. You know, giving back. That's what I feel too. Page of Pentacles brings in that opportunity. There is an opportunity here. The Sun in the Chariot. Are you kidding me? This is beautiful energy, Virgo. Just a great weekend. Open up to it. I mean, maybe you're trying to juggle a lot here. Put some of that down. Don't be tempted to just, oh, I've got so much to do. Breathe. You got it. You got this. You know? Only put your time and focus into things that are going to pay off. That's that. Okay? So let's get... No, there's one more in there. Show yourself. Okay. All right. We've got conflict with clashing, differences, and incompatibility. That's right. Don't focus on the conflict. What you're going to do is you're only going to, again, open up to things that are compatible. And not settling. It feels that's the other thing. Settling. Fantasy. Daydreaming. Imagining. And fantasizing. Okay. So. Maybe that's what we're doing. We're dreaming this weekend. We're putting our dreams together. We're taking the action to do that. We're not getting involved in conflict. Maybe it's just been a week of conflict and you're finally letting it go. You're taking a nice salt bath and you are forgetting the family drama or something like that. Okay? So let's go ahead and get, what's the vibe? Just breathe. Just breathe. But this energy looks too good. Too good to be focusing on conflicts. So if you've had a lot of shit go down this week, just let it go. Yeah. And this is the whole hangman thing. This is what's got you all messed up. Stuck, no options, and unforgiveness. You have options. We laid some out here, and I'm sure there is in your midweek reset. Make sure you check that out too. Okay. Yeah, let's get closing message from the Rebel deck. A lot of you are trapped in your own head, you know, or could be trapped in a situation. No. Do you, boo? Huge do you. All right, closing message is get the fuck outside. Move your ass. Your body is pissed at you, so let's not be stuck on the couch. You know what I mean? Put the effort into yourself. Just, really to some self-care without plopping yourself on the couch. Move. Get some exercise. For some reason, I'm thinking it's lymphatic, Virgo. And lymphatic needs movement. Doing this for a minute, swaying. There's all kinds of different things. And it's really funny. On the table here, I could have swore I just saw like some money sitting here. So also some money coming your way this weekend. You heard it here first. All right, Virgo, thank you so much for watching. That's going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch your midweek reset tarot reading. Of course, that's on Wednesdays. That gives you the whole vibe for the week. And yeah, this energy looks really good. Again, don't be stuck. Okay? Focus on filling your cup. All right. Virgo, let's take you off the board. And let's see who's next. Ooh. And it's Leo. Welcome, Leo, to the freaking weekend, fellow kings and queens. Let's do you on the board first. And then we're going to roll the astrology dice. The astro dice. Want to roll my astro dice? Let's do it, Leo. All right, we've got Neptune in Gemini in the 3rd house. Okay, so this is about Neptune is illusionary, it's inspiring. Gemini is communication, okay? 3rd house is definitely communication. Could also mean travel. Gemini rules the 3rd house, so there we go. And Neptune coming in can be very spiritual. So again, for just like Virgo reading is, it could be very spiritual for you as well, Leo, okay? Maybe helping somebody through, communicating, inspiring somebody, Maybe it's you speaking your dreams to the universe. Interesting. Or it could be careful of illusion and disillusion this weekend, That's all. It could mean some traveling also. So, interesting. Let's get the vibe for you, Leo. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's some movement here. There's definitely movement here. We've got the 10 of Wands. They're getting out of Dodge. The Knight of Swords, taking action. And the Chariot, boom. There's a lot of movement here. The Tower is sudden change. And it's time for you to act on it. It's time to let all of this, the things that changed and all of that, it's time to go. It's time to move. Again, this whole week was about taking action, and that's exactly what you're doing here. Knight of Swords is about communication, and it's just putting this other shit to rest finally, and moving towards joy and success and all of that. And it's definitely traveling. So, releasing your burdens. You're doing the work. You're just like, F this. I'm focusing on moving. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. Opportunity comes in. Yeah, look at that. Take the lead and lead. Wow, Leo. And you're great at that. And Ace of Cups. Taking care of yourself first. Releasing the burdens of everybody and everything else. Absolutely. That's fantastic. Let's look at relationships. Ace of Cups. Venus moving into fellow fire sign. Could have some situation. You're taking the lead, definitely. There's definite movement here. I mean, for these two cards to come out like that, empowering yourself, you're knowledgeable enough, you've got this. You don't need to carry the burdens that you somehow tell yourself that are important. They're not. Three of Swords, yeah. Again, releasing relationship issues. Perfect. Taking the lead in that, absolutely. King of Cups is showing that energy of making moves and regulating your emotions and not letting them get the best of you. All right, the Ace of Pentacles brings in an opportunity. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. That's huge. That's offers coming in. And you're moving swiftly towards them and letting this shit go. I'm loving that. And I'm even talking faster, which, you know, I'm like really excited about it because there's definite movement towards something so much better. And you're in charge. You are large and in charge. All right. Mistakes, misunderstood, victim, and lost soul. Again. Okay, you may have played the victim. You may have made some mistakes. You may have been misunderstood. Move on from it. You know what I mean? We learn from our mistakes. So just be aware of that. But there's opportunities here that's part of the problem that we need to let go of for this energy, okay? But if you want to talk about just weekend vibe, this is coming out of chaos and getting into just taking control. You know, like, damn. It's beautiful energy. And what to do? Hopeful, inspired, optimistic, and success. Focusing on success, being optimistic. That's the big thing this weekend. And intimacy, mutual respect, unity, and closeness. Again, intimacy. Open up to it, Leo. I'm ready. Where y'all at? All right. Let's get a closing message, right? We did what's the vibe? Okay. Let's get a closing message for us. Okay. I'm ready for some intimacy. I'm ready. Let's go. Or you could just be doing this weekend, detoxing. And that could go with this, is detoxing. Drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. There it is. I like it, but I'm going to tell you something, Leo. I see some boogieing down to Pound Town in your reading here. Open up to it. And if someone's coming in with an offer, fingers crossed, you know, but you have to believe it in order to achieve it. So, you know, because it's been a hot minute. So let's go. Let's go. All right, Leo, I love you all. Have a great weekend. I'm going to take you off the board, although it pains me to do so. And let's see who is next. Let's give these a little shuffle. And it's Pisces. Okay. All right. Pisces, let's get to it. Let's roll your astro dice. That's right. Little message from the astro dice. We've got Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck, and all of that good stuff, in Libra. Okay, so there could be that aesthetic of trying to balance everything out, and we've got it in the 5th house, which is love, romance, all kinds of fun. Yeah, that's balance out the fun. You know, I really can't say, well, don't have too much fun, but what's too much fun? It's the weekend. If you can have fun, have fun. Jupiter in Libra in the 5th looks like an indulgent weekend if I've ever seen one. So if that floats your boat, Pisces, go for it. You know what I mean? It'll do you some good. But it's also opportunities in romance also. You know, Venus rules Libra and it's moving into Sagittarius, so that could play into some things. You know, let's not make big deals out of stuff. Let's have some fun. Again, it's all about fun. So, word. All right, let's get the vibe for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, wands, 8 of wands, ace of wands. That's movement. Oh boy, 6 of wands, 3 of wands, and the devil and the 10 of swords. Yeah, don't be tempted to let the negativity get to you. Actually, it's time to take action. It's time to, no more waiting. It's time. Yeah, this is good. This is change. Don't be tempted to get negative. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You're done taking arrows. You're done taking shit from everybody. You're done. It's time for change. Change, 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 change. 6 of Wands is celebrating success. This is that Jupiter and Libra energy right here. This is beautiful. A lot could be coming in. Okay, so listen. The Devil and the Ten of Swords has a very strong indication of, they're looking like they're... Are you the kind of person that says, because I'm having a lot of fun, the other shoe's got to drop? Why am I feeling that? And that's not true. Claim your victory. Have fun. Do something different this weekend. Really do something different. Don't do the same old. And don't get in your head about it either. That's the other thing. Okay? But you got to change what you're doing. Choose your battles. That's right. That's right. With the 7 of Wands, stand your ground. If it's worth it, again, more wands here. This is crazy. And the heart chakra. Open that heart up. Don't get negative. There's a strong indication that you can have things go totally tits up as soon as you start to, sulk. You know what I mean? Or don't let other people do that either. Don't be tempted to let people talk you out of the fun you want to have. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Yeah, the 10 of Swords again. Yeah, 7 of Swords. Be strategic. Don't turn your back on an opportunity here. Have faith. And look at the Knights rushing in. Knight of Pentacles coming in with an apology or an offer, and a Knight of Wands is coming in with action. Again, there's a lot of action here. Don't you dare say, I'll do it next weekend. You know what I mean? There's change. Do it this weekend, especially with your relationships. Have faith. Have fun. But don't you get... I'm telling you, I got to keep saying it. Don't you get in your head. Don't let anybody else get in your head either. Really. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Elusive. Dishonesty, deception, and trickery. Oh, hell no. Don't you fall for that, Pisces. And don't you be behind that shit either, okay? And depth. Awareness, importance, and value. Be aware of what's going on. Those elusive thoughts getting tangled up in somebody's web. It could be you, but there's way too much fun and change and beautiful energy this weekend for you to sit in that. That's for sure. All right, let's get what's the vibe. And see. Ooh, yeah, what the fuck? All right. Hiding, concealing, deception. That's 3 times this has come out. So we're going one or two ways. It's self-deception, and you need to be totally aware of that, and this is the weekend you change it, or someone's pulling some shit on you. Be aware. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you got to get all paranoid, What's your agenda, Karen? You don't need to be like that. Even when there's all kinds of shit going on, you are hey, look at Pisces. The best thing you could do is when the house is on fire, you might as well dance. You know what I mean? Something like that. But don't. Self-deception, I think, is a big thing for you. All right, closing message is you are giving away your power, again, to some deception, some trickery, some sneaky bullshit. Focus. You are a badass. Act like it. Absolutely. There's a lot of beautiful change in here. Changing the way you handle people, I don't know, changing the way that you handle yourself, but this definitely can't sit any longer, Pisces. So make sure you work on that this weekend and be aware of anybody's deceptive bullshit. You know what I mean? Because it's very odd that comes out 3 times in 3 different decks. And there's only one thing for you to do. Pay attention to that shit. Okay? So, Pisces, have a great weekend. Remember, choose your battles. But this is what all you should be focused on. You know what I mean? Victory and success. All right, Pisces. Wow. That's some weekend tarot, I'll tell you that. That's one Jim Dandy of a tarot reading. All right, let's take you off the board, Pisces. I love you all. Have a great weekend. If spiders start spelling words in your spider webs, run, okay? So let's see who is next. And it's Sagittarius. All right. Sagittarius. Ooh, this is your weekend. Happy birthday. Are you one of those Sagittariuses that, get a turkey on their birthday? Does that suck? I'm at the end of July. I'm not anywhere near a holiday or anything like that, but people, especially if they're born on Christmas Eve or Christmas, they get gypped. You know what I mean? I would just feel like I'd get gypped. But what do I know? All right, Sagittarius, happy birthday. Welcome. And let's get your astrology dice. Oh, you're going to roll off there. We're going to give you another roll. Okay. We got the moon in Pisces in the 3rd house. Oh, are you being sensitive? Oh, you just want to tell everybody, I love you. I love you so much. Just maybe being wishy-washy, very sentimental. Okay, that's all right. But the 3rd house is about communication. It could be actually traveling near water too, Sag. You may be doing that. But that is being very intuitive, really expressing yourself, telling the universe your dreams. I love that. I have moon in Pisces in the 5th house. So, yeah. I feel that Pisces moon. All right, Sag, let's get the vibe for this weekend. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay. Love on the rocks. Ain't no big surprise. All right, you just focus on victory and success this weekend. You get in the spotlight. Honey, it's your birthday. Celebrate. It's your birthday. Put on them fuck me pumps and get out there. You know what I mean? The world is your stage. You may be juggling a lot, trying to be indecisive. It may be about a relationship here. We got the 2 of Cups. I love that. 2 of Cups, Sag. It's beautiful energy. Okay? Focus on victory and success and not the imbalance of things. Focus on balance. Okay? All right? You follow me? You got me? Okay. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna slow me down. Oh no. That's kind of like your thing. That horrible 80s song. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna slow me down. Oh no. I got to keep on moving. It's such a horrible song. But that's what it seems like. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this is great energy. Look at those 3s. 2 2s and 2 3s. That used to be my old phone number, 366-2366. You can call it. I don't give a shit. I don't think anyone's got a landline anymore. But nurture and solar plexus. I am worthy. If it's one thing you're going to do this weekend, it is going to take care of you. Shining as brightly as the sun. This feels like Leo energy too, you know what I mean? Anytime the solar plexus comes up, that's what I feel like. But you know, you're reaching for it and then you're nourishing it. You know, I love it. And there's yellow here in that card, very indicative. Again, I'm liking that energy. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna stop. I'm just doing that so that it gets stuck in your head for the rest of the day. Oh yeah, okay. All right, bottom of the deck. 2 of Cups. Some bitch. Telling you, Venus is moving into your sign on the 30th. Oh, and it's my sister's birthday too. Happy birthday. That's right. The 29th. This weekend. All right, look at this. Is this not? This is fucking great, Sag. This is great. The King of Pentacles. Feeling secure. I don't have to watch my back. I got me. The 10 of Pentacles. Long-standing relationship. The Lovers. Woof. Wow. Wow. Beautiful energy here. Beautiful. I'm loving this. Dare I say it's probably one of the best readings of the freaking weekend. Because it's 2 of Cups to the Lovers. Wow. If you are not in a relationship, you are definitely moving towards one here. Not only that, but we have 2 2s, 2 3s, and 2 6s. So far, all these cards have lined up. And then we have that 10, and that's a payoff. That's a long-standing, stable relationship. If you are single, you are open to a relationship. You could meet somebody, possibly at work or at some kind of event. Or maybe, Sag, you're just opening up to a more beautiful, deserving energy for yourself. I think that's what that is. So, all right, let's get some messages. Silence, frozen, no words, stonewall. Okay, that could be the 2 of Pentacles. That's probably what you're dealing with this week, but things really smooth out. Foundation, established, family, and security. Yeah, there's a huge thing about that, and could be, you know, just you feeling good about all your relationships in general. Oh, look at that. One day, someday, somewhere, another time. I don't know. I think a lot of you are opening up. The silence is no more, and the floodgates open up for you, Sag. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. Let's get what's the vibe. Yeah, could be also getting one of these, or you could be given one of those. Apology. Arrogant, rash action, and insincere. So maybe that's what you're dealing with throughout the week, you know what I mean? And things smooth out this weekend. Absolutely. Now, damn, Sagittarius. That's one hell of a birthday weekend, I'll tell you that much. Wow. Happy birthday, D. All right. Put him back. Let's get a closing message for Sagittarius. Fuck. Shit is about to get real. It sure is. And you should be happy about that. You should be celebrating. Fuck, you need your people around you. Yes, you do. You do. You have your people around you. Don't alienate. Don't go silent on people. Be mature about this and just focus on victory and success and knowing that it takes 2 to tango. That's the other thing, Sag. So maybe you need to apologize. Maybe you need to express your emotions, you know, and tell them how you feel. And I don't think you'll be sorry. All right, Sag, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch your full midweek reset tarot reading that's posted on Wednesdays. Yes, absolutely. Sagittarius, what a great week. Blah, what a great reading. I love it. Love is in the air, everywhere and all around. All right. Sag, I love you all. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great weekend. Let's take you off the board and see who is next. All right. Who's next? And it's Capricorn. Hey now. Capricorn, welcome to the freaking weekend. Yes, absolutely. Let's put you on the board. Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Let's get the astrology dice for you. Yes, we're going to add a little astrology to it. All right, so we have Mars in Aries. Mars is the ruler of Aries in the second house. So this is all about you taking action, about your finances, making them work. It's also about you taking the action about your value, how you value yourself, your value in general with the universe. It's also really putting the plan to action again, and the second house is the money house, but it's really like taking steps about your finances in some way, shape, or form this weekend, okay? It can also, in a weekend kind of sense, in a general sense, it is really taking action to do things that are of value to you. And you don't compromise. You know what I'm saying? There's like, no, this is what I value. You know, it's just you being assertive on your self-worth. Working on it. This card just is staring at me. It popped out, Four of Swords. We're gonna keep that because this is also getting some rest. You know, taking care of you. That Mars and Aries second house energy is definitely you after putting some things to rest. Again, that may be what it's taking action in finance and value in yourself and all of that. Okay. So let's get some more. Let's see, what else do we have for Capricorn for this weekend, which is basically getting some rest. That Four of Swords is always getting some rest. All right. Yeah, definitely. I like this. Definitely putting things to rest. Again, walking away from what doesn't serve you, trusting your intuition. This is great. Communication coming in, ideas. You got a lot of ideas. It's like you're taking action to vibe yourself up. An offer comes in, take it. Again, messages, and look at this. The Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. This is really changing the way that you look at friends, family, value, in it for the long term. This is very good energy. Yeah, this is taking care of yourself. So this weekend is definitely about taking care of yourself and approaching things that mean so much to you and opening up to it. I mean, this is great. The Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups is just, you know, that's good. That's good stuff. I mean, you should be opening up to that. If you're already feeling like it's kind of not, go with the flow, okay? And walk away from old ways of doing things. That's what it is. Putting that to rest, okay? Because this is a new energy of, you know what? Maybe I'll try this. Maybe I'll do this. Healing begins. Absolutely. Two of Pentacles, again, that finance thing, making it work, opening up to abundance big time and going with the flow. The Wheel of Fortune, I mean, come on. I mean, 1, 2, 3 tens. Let's put the tens on the board. Tens on the board, tens on the board. So you might be seeing like some kind of success, completion, or payoff for this weekend. That's good. That's good. Maybe just your sunny disposition is really starting to pay off. You might get some maybe a job offer or something here. 310s, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, that's just great energy. That's great energy, period. So open up to it. Put to things the rest that don't allow you this. Yeah, that's powerful. I mean, we're keeping it light, and it is light. Look at, as far as the relationships, yeah. I mean, come on. The Page of Wands and the Two of Cups. I mean, Jesus. If you, Capricorn, if you're not feeling this energy, man, Capricorn, if you're not feeling this, if you're not in this, even if you don't feel it coming, there's something you're doing wrong, really. And I know that it's the freaking weekend and we try to keep it light, but you got to pay attention to. Yeah, if you'd like a personal reading with me, go ahead. Thought I was being slick and not looking at the camera, but I wanted to switch cameras. Hello, there we go. All right, so, I mean, come on. It don't take a weatherman to look around and see the weather. You know what I mean? This looks like shit coming together. Wow, I just fucking Dr. Seuss'd myself, you know? Come on. If you're not feeling this, then you need some healing. You need to open up to this. You're taking things way too serious when you should just be, you know, the pages are here for messages and for, you know, a kind of like a delivery system of, hey, listen, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And I think maybe that's what you need to do. You're no longer putting yourself through this meat grinder of bullshit. All right? Now, let's look at these. This is something else. Breaking point. Limit. Final straw. Overwhelmed. All right, so these are things that we need to put to rest so we can open up to this beautiful energy, okay? Abandoned. Left out, walked away, cold. We need to let go of that. And we have breaking point, these three things, and conflicted. Decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. The only decision you have to make for this weekend, Capricorn, is to open up to beautiful energy because you are deserving of it and you don't settle for anything else. Period. That's it. That's it. We could stop right fucking here because, I mean, you've got all this Cups energy going with the flow. There's a huge message of you going with the flow. So you may have choices to make and they pay off, you know? You could be at a limit. What is that? And then we have this, time. So again, there may be, limit, time, delay, procrastination, and too busy. All right, so maybe that's another thing that we have to work on. Time management. And I think that you're really going to get it done. I really think with Saturn going direct because that's your ruler, and Mercury going direct this weekend, and then this is kind of like foretelling the next week. I mean, you got to open up to some good shit coming your way, man. If you're not, you're just not, you need to heal that part of yourself that does not allow that in. Because I tell it like I see it, and I'm not trying to fluff in any way, shape, or form, but this says a lot of beautiful shit. Okay? Yeah. And your closing messages, there's two of them. Usually we just do one. Get some fucking sleep. You're being an ass because you're fucking tired. Face to pillow this weekend. And don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. And that's another thing. The Four of Swords also says, put these thoughts, this negativity to rest that keeps you from opening up to this beautiful energy, Capricorn, because it's solid. Solid. I'm going to say it again. Solid. And if you're not feeling this solid, you got some work to do. That's that, Capricorn. Again, I don't want to feel like I'm yelling at you, but I'm telling you, this is too good for you to just be like, oh. You know what I mean? It's just, Maybe you're just because you're just tired. It could be that easy. So get some sleep, it'll pay off. Either way, this is great energy. Great energy, Capricorn. Okay? Do you, boo. That's the way it goes. Okay, Capricorn, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Let's take you off the board and see who is next. Thank you, Capricorn. Ooh, it's Aries. Welcome, Aries, to the freaking weekend. Welcome. Let's put you on the board. There you go. Let's give you some astro dice. Do you like my astro dice? All right, we have the North Node in Scorpio. In the 12th house. Okay, so North Node is like the destiny point. It is our path, okay? Scorpio is deep investigation, getting down to the bottom of things, leading down to a path. The 12th house is behind the scenes. I look at it as the subconscious. So for this weekend, get down to your core to see what it bothers me. What is going on subconsciously? What kind of negative self-talk you need to get rid of? Okay? Interesting. But it's kind of like time to do that. The North Node also has a tendency to add a faded aspect, like, okay, it's time to get down to that shadow side, or being introduced to your shadow side, or, compromising with that shadow side, because we do have to compromise. The both of you occupy the same space and have to coexist. It's the way it goes. You know what I mean? So, for this week's energy, all these cards are face down except for this one. And in my practice, that says, pay attention to this. And it's the Ace of Wands, and this is a new beginning here. I love the Ace of Wands in a weekend reading. It's great. So it looks like, of course, we got a beginning here and we have an ending. There's an opportunity that comes out of whatever you're shutting the door on. This could also show that Scorpio side, that investigating, really just getting down to it, letting it go, pulling it out like cords, and an opportunity comes in this weekend for a new beginning here. And that could be in any area of your life. So be aware of that, Aries. That's great energy. And it goes along with that too. I like that. Nice. All right. Let's get some oracles. So an ending and a beginning. An offer comes out of an ending. If my tarot students are watching right now, this is a clear indication right here. One door closes, gives you an opportunity for a new beginning. Knight of Cups, opportunity, could mean about relationships, because, cups are love and relationships and all of that. I mean, this dude ain't giving you flowers because, you're a good secretary or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So, this could be you finally rebirthing yourself and opening up yourself to an opportunity to love again. That's scary. Oh, there is 3 there. Thank you. I was wondering why they were telling me done. Okay. Healing begins with this opportunity. We have the throat chakra and the solar plexus. So, speak your truth. Tell the universe what you want. If you have to apologize or forgive, or you would just have to, again, speak kindly to yourself and build your confidence. That's what this is the healing begins when you tell yourself, I am worthy, I am good enough, everything works out in my favor, that kind of shit. That's great. But this is an empowering energy that you need to embrace, all right? I know I've been saying this whole freaking weekend episode, but it seems like as light as we want or desire the weekend to be. I desire that for you. I desire it to be, fun, light, and lighthearted. Sometimes the work's doesn't wait for the weekend. You know what I mean? It still goes. The star is showing the universe is on your side about some kind of relationship. They wanted me to show the bottom of the deck. Sometimes I don't do that, but if I'm directed to, I gotta listen. So some of you may need to hear that. All right, it is an end. It's a choice you need to make about being so wishy-washy in relationships. I think that's all this relates. That's the end to it. Trusting your intuition, using your wisdom. You're not a spring chicken anymore, and that's good because you're not so naive. You really know, you're really going with the flow. And if you're not going with the flow in relationships, you need to. 2 2s. Do we have another 2 here? Feels like I do. No. But yeah, this is great energy. This is trust your intuition, make a wise decision to walk away from what no longer serves you. That's what it seems like, especially when it comes to relationship. You may have taken some time off again, or you just might meet a like-minded. That one wants to come out and that one wants to come out. Okay, I see. I understand. All right. We got messages, and this one's trapped, stuck, tied down, and captive. Yeah. And that's what makes this wishy-washy. That's what makes this, I don't know what to do. It's win or lose. You know what I mean? You can't be the victim in relationships. You just can't. It doesn't do anything for anybody, okay? Another thing about that is trust your intuition. Listen to that internal voice. Ask for help. It'll always give it to you. And only you, devoted, attached, and crave. So, only you know, only you can attract the person that you want. Only you can get yourself out of this trapped energy you feel like, oh, well, I just, I don't want to go on the dating sites. But you sit at home and you just pet your kitty, and that's not how you attract. Well, I see it in my mind, I know, but you have to take action in some form. I'm not saying go on those dating apps. I mean, you don't want to do that. But you can open yourself up to it. You know what? I will take that offer when they say, let's go for drinks or something like that. You know what I mean? But you're not trapped. And if you are trapped in a relationship, it's time to get the fuck out. An ending becomes an opportunity here. So again, we're trying to keep it light, but the message is the message, guys. I can't, how can I humor something up about something serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess that's part of the whole ambiance of the weekend reading. You never know what you're going to get. All right, so consequences, bad choices, games, and mixed signals. Again, that could be, you could be trapped in this kind of bullshit, which makes you very a little delulu in love, but we don't want to be delulu in love because that doesn't pay off, So just understand, actions have consequences when it comes to relationships. So how are you thinking about it? That's key. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Aries, because I could just keep going on and on. But, and don't forget, this whole energy for the week, if you haven't checked out the midweek tarot reading, that's on Wednesdays. There you go. It's all about taking action in some shape or form. So be aware of that. Closing message for you, Aries, is stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. Spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Again, you're not trapped. It's a choice. there may be a self-sabotagey kind of energy with you that you have created that you need to really take care of, and you can do it this weekend. But it's all about you building your confidence. So Aries, trust the process here. I don't know. It looks like a new beginning in love, new beginning on the way that you look at yourself, new beginning on not being trapped. I've actually got plenty of options because I choose me. You know, I'm very down on myself. You know how many people say that? It's unbelievable. All right, Aries, you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Let's see who is next. And it's Gemini. Gemini. Welcome to the freaking weekend. Ooh, there you go. Boom. Your ruler's finally going direct. How's it feel? You know, well, you're probably still feeling the retrograde of it because it kind of ramps up when it slows down. You know what I mean? Things come to basically a grinding halt. But think you got this, all right? I want to shuffle these cards before I do the dice. Yes, these are astrology dice. We've got planets, houses, and signs on here to give a little indication of what else we need to look at. Now, is that a 6 or a 9? Now, if a 6 turned out to be 9. Okay, yeah, that's a 6. Okay. So we have Venus, the planet of love, in the sign of Aries. Very nice. Very nice. In the 6th. This looks like you this weekend getting some action. And that's the routine. That's all of this. This is maybe really loving the routine that you're picking up. Maybe you love to do things for the holidays. Maybe it's decorating. Maybe that's what you're doing this weekend. You're decorating for the holidays. This is really taking action. This is you maybe, I mean, we're getting like a fucking blizzard here in Western New York. It's the big first snowfall. But why am I talking into my cup like it's the mic? Anyway, the mic's in front of me and I'm talking into my coffee cup. I'm like, I'm like, what are you doing? But anyway, yeah, so decorating, getting into that. Maybe you're making cookies this weekend. It's something. You're going about doing things and you love it. Maybe it's a little retail therapy. All right, Gemini, I already shuffled the cards, Jeff. Go. All right. Boomskis. Anything else? Yeah, these two want to come out. Okay. All right, so this weekend, yeah, this shows the retrograde action finally releasing and moving forward. I've got some knights out here, and they speak of language of this, okay? We've got the Knight of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. Feet on the ground, be practical, don't overspend, okay? But don't get yourself in a lack mentality. Messages coming through this weekend, really taking action. Aries is action. Venus is love and aesthetics and loving the action. All right, things moving forward and opening up to abundance with the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. So hang tight. It's on its way. I don't know. Maybe it's a package you're waiting for or something, or that job interview that you took and it now because of the holiday you had to wait. Guess what? You're going to hear something about that. You're being open to it. Why? Because you are taking your time and filling your mind with good vibes. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I just saw like a video of Joe Walsh singing in the Eagles that they were playing at that fucking Sphere in Las Vegas. What the fuck? Listen, there comes a time when a performer is just too old to be on stage. Everyone can't be Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, but they're still awkward, you know, even when they were old, because now they're ancient. But, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I'm not too far behind. However, I ain't gonna be on stage at fucking 80 years old trying to spit out the lyrics that my range is shot. You know what I mean? It's just like, what are you doing? Anything for a fucking buck. I could still see if you could still sing it and still have talent, but most of these people are struggling up there. Has anybody seen that fucking... Has anyone seen Frankie Valli on fucking stage? He looks like a goddamn... This is what he looks like. He's singing like this. He's just staring like an automaton. Let the old man retire, for God's sake. Don't tell me he's like, I want to go on a comeback tour. No, that motherfucker, they're pushing that motherfucker out there. But anyway, wow. Tangent number 3 on the freaking weekend. All right, so back to you, Gemini. I'm telling you, I get a little manic during your readings. I'm sorry. So anyway, feeling alone. The fuck? Take the lead. Yes, that's how you get out of this. And dreams coming true. This is the 9 of Cups again. What the ring-a-ding-ding. Ding-a-ding-ding. Get out of that. What's this gonna do? Is that gonna bring you the love you want or the money that you desire and the job? By isolating yourself? Fuck out of here with that. And that's the truth. Because things are starting to move forward here. Be patient. This weekend, chill. That's all. If somebody says, hey, can you do this? Yeah, do it. Go. Go for it. You know what I mean? But practical feet on the ground, Gemini. There's a lot of energy shifting, especially because Mercury's coming out of retrograde, so it can be like, quantum shifting there. So just be aware of that. There isn't anything bad. I just don't want you to, get negative, not get motivated, because there's a motivation here with something, whatever that is. So as far as relationships, 5 of Swords. Know when to walk away, know when to run. You know what I mean? It's taking victory. It's getting out of this feeling alone, I'll tell you that much. 6 of Pentacles is you deserve reciprocating energy, and only put your time and energy into relationships that reciprocate. And the Fool is don't be foolish by feeling alone. You have plenty around you. You have the world at your feet. You see how these two are similar? What are they doing? What happens when you open your chest up? When you have your arms open, that makes you vulnerable. That means that you are trusting the process, and that's what you need to do. It feels like it's on its way. I'm telling you, it's on its way. That person, that thing, that place, whatever it is, it's on its way. But it is your job to keep yourself in vibrational alignment with what you want. Ooh, god damn, I just sounded like fucking Abraham Hicks. Ooh. I love them. I'm gonna tell you something. Abraham Hicks got me out of a dark time. That's when my spirituality came right back. When I found out about the law of attraction and all of that, that's what changed this whole game for me. That's why I am in front of you now, because of that beautiful teaching. Okay? Silence. Frozen, no words, stonewall. Okay? Again, feeling alone, isolating yourself. If somebody doesn't give you the time, if someone doesn't reciprocate, fuck that shit. Open up to something that does, you know what I mean? Or you're being impatient with somebody, you got to, settle down. Pride, arrogance, ego, and stubborn. This could go either way, you or that person. But let's not do that. Again, arms open, looking up, I surrender. Let's go, universe. Show me how good it can get. That's what you do this weekend, all right? Let's get what's the vibe. What's the vibe? Ooh. And it's puzzled. Oh. Yeah. Trying to read this, I'm puzzled. Why would you put white font on white stuff? God, that irritates me. Confused, perplexed, and conflicted. All right. We're conflicted. Get out of the conflict and open up to it, surrender to it. You're trying to control something that's not controllable. You just have to surrender to it. Really, this weekend, surrender, okay? Let's get a closing message for you, Gemini. Nice and easy, lemon squeezy. It's you just going along for it. Don't be stubborn, but be practical about it too. I don't know. Maybe that's what you're doing. Are you freezing people out? Do they need to be frozen out? Let's get a closing message. Okay. Closing message, Gemini, is this. Stop fucking whining. Womp, womp, womp. I want one of those little trombones that you hit, and it's like, womp, womp, womp. I want that. Hit it in the mic. Perfect. Okay. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. And that is what this is all about. So what are you so confused about? Yes, you can do it. Yes, it's tiring. Yes, you keep doing it, but it's not coming. But that's because you have kept yourself in a state of lack. And for this weekend, you just surrender to whatever happens, happens. All right? Do what is right for you. It seems like everybody this weekend, is snap out of it, like Sharon Moonstruck. Snap out of it. That's what it seems like. And stop whining. You heard the message. All right, Gemini, I love you so much. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, watch your midweek reset tarot reading. That's going to do it for the freaking weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, of course. Yeah. Gemini, what an interesting reading, though. Never a dull moment with you, boys and girls. Never. Ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. All right, Gemini, I love you so much. Let's take you off the board and let's see who's next. And it's Taurus. Welcome, Taurus, to the freaking weekend. Let's put you on the board. Boom. All right. All right. Let's do your astrology dice. Oh, don't you roll off. There we go. Okay, so we've got Uranus in Capricorn in the 7th house. All right, so we may have some sudden things going on with relationships. Wow, that feels weird. Uranus and Capricorn is kind of like a very, wow, that's like lightning connecting to the ground. And especially with the 7th house being relationships and connections. So I see a relationship finally connecting. That's what I see. Okay? Interesting, Taurus. And I think Uranus is actually in your sign. Yeah, Uranus is in your sign right now. So, Uranus is in your sign. Uh-oh. I didn't feel it. All right. Ooh, I like this. Yeah. Now, you heard what I said. Lightning connecting to the ground. This is in the 7th house. This is about relationships. You've got 7, the Chariot, success. That's going to go at the end. Something that you've been waiting for. The connection. The offer. The lightning. Strikes. Connects to the ground. 2 of Cups. Now, for some reason, we have been talking a fair amount about your relationships and the strengthening of them, the building of them, something new coming in, something that you have been waiting for. This is very exciting energy, Taurus. If you are single, open up to this, boys and girls. This is great effing energy. This is a great weekend. Open up to it. Okay? There's movement here. It seems like you've been in a holding pattern and now you can move. Really, it's great energy. Ace of Cups to the Two of Cups. The whole astrology dice thing, how that connects. I mean, wow. I'm telling you, I love my job. Love my job. Okay, so the one thing we have to do, again, taking care of our heart center, you know, forgiveness, mastering that. This is Capricorn also, you know, so instead of caging your heart, I suggest you offer your heart. Maybe you're making a move to somebody, you know, Mercury's coming out of retrograde, so it would be a good time to do that. Sadness and isolation, we need to work on that. I'm going to keep that right here. Sadness and isolation, moving on. Okay. So maybe you have moved on. In the meantime, you keep the vision alive with your third eye chakra. Okay. And just breathe in the meantime. Okay. As you vibrationally align to what you are manifesting here for the weekend. But this looks like great shit. Great shit. Not being too rigid in plans, just going with the flow kind of, but definitely moving on here. And things coming together. But there's a temptation here to muck it all up, so don't do that. All right, let's look at relationships. This deck is getting... Ooh, look at that. Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Pay attention to that. Wow. Taurus. Single Tauruses. You best open your heart. Release that. You're moving on from the sadness and isolation. It's time to. And love doesn't appear until you are good with yourself. When you love yourself. King of Swords, taking action again. So you may be offering something this weekend to somebody that'll be very successful. So if you are looking for that confirmation, there it is. But oh my God. Yeah, King of Pentacles. Whew. The King of Swords, King of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got some male energy here. So any male watchers out there, then there are some. This could be you and your partner. Same-sex partner, that kind of thing. But this also shows a completion of some sort as far as being mature in the way that you think. So that's, you know, being confident, being authoritative, and feet on the ground approach. You know, building. And the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups. This is really beautiful energy. Opening yourself up to marriage, that kind of thing. I mean, this is great energy. This is great energy for relationships. Huge focus on home. You may be traveling to see some family members or something like that. Yeah, you could be really at the beginning of this kind of feeling, you know, oh God, I miss some of the people that I can't travel to go see or something like that. But this is just good times had by all. I've been saying that a lot this episode for everybody. That's incredible. But there is a tendency to isolate yourself, to be negative, to close your heart down instead of, you know, softening up. And that's what you need to do. Breathe and soften up big time. All right. And we've got conflicted. Well, that again, multiple choices, hot and cold. We got to make a decision here. Okay. Let's do, what's the vibe? What else do we have? And then we have the feminine energy. Yeah, that balances out that masculine energy. Gentleness, nurturing, and mothering. So again, this is maybe taking care of the males in your life, the males taking care of the males in your life, whatever, you know what I mean? But this is really nurturing relationships if I've ever seen it. And that could be just the relationship with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I highly recommend it, okay? So let's get a closing message for you. So this is good stuff. That's good stuff. Good stuff. For some, I want to say like honeymoon. I don't know why, but I'm saying that. All right. Yeah, this is the whole thing with that devil card in the mix here. That temptation I was talking about. Stop obsessing. Okay? You are not the fucking center of the universe. I want to say that again. I want to put that loud and clear. You are not the fucking center of the universe. All right. The reason why that is so fucking funny and ironic for me is because back in the day when I was married, and let's not mince word, it was a good ride. It was a great ride. Short, but good. But I remember clearly saying to my Taurus future ex-wife, you are not the fucking center of the universe. There you go, honey. Little memory for you, little trauma memory. Okay, all right. Don't be stubborn. Open up. See, you're closing yourself off, Taurus, and it's time to open up, and that's the big message for you this weekend. And you're not the fucking center of the universe. We often talk about that moment. It was actually kind of funny for us because she knows how she is. I know how she is. I know how I am, you know what I mean? It was just one of those funny moments. Funny, not funny kind of thing. Oh, well, what are you going to do? You know, you're going to be sour the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So far I was, but that's neither here nor there. All right, Taurus, enjoy your weekend. It looks really lovely, so open up to it. And if you're not feeling that, well, what are you doing? You know? All right, Taurus, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And don't forget to watch your full midweek reset tarot reading that's posted on Wednesdays. So yeah, and if you would like a personal reading with me, I've got it for you in person or online. I got you covered. Click the link in the description, Taurus. Love you all. You're not the fucking center of the universe. So, and you know it. So you're just waiting for somebody to call you out. I love you all. Have a great weekend. And let's see who is next. And it's Scorpio. Welcome, Scorpio, to the freaking weekend. Let's get your astrology dice. Little advice. Astrology dice advice. All right, so we got planets, signs, and houses here. All right, so Mercury, which is going direct on the 29th. In Gemini, which is, it rules Gemini, in the 12th house. I think, Scorpio, you've got something to say, and you better say it. I think the whole thing is trust the moment. Don't say it too soon, and don't say it too late. For some reason, that's the message with this. But this is a strong indication also of stopping once and for all the negative self-talk and programming that you have going on in your subconscious. What? Wait, okay, I'll say that again. You have an uncanny way of stripping down your whole personality. It's kind of like you shame yourself. Picture yourself as, you know, the kid in school and everyone's tearing their clothes off and making fun of them. That's like that kind of trauma. You do that to yourself. It's time to get rid of that. That's what the astrology dice is telling you. All right? And it's also, I think you may have something to say to somebody and it ain't gonna be, you know what, I shouldn't say that. It could go one or two ways because it's in Gemini. So there's a good side and a bad side. Some of you will lean towards that good side where it's just like, you know what, I gotta tell you how much I love you. I'm head over heels for you, you know, that kind of thing. Or it could go the other way with, you know what really pisses me off about you and it's about time I said it. You know what I mean? So, but then it could also be some in the middle going, I am done being negative to myself. I love myself. I can do this. I am strong enough. I am worthy. Now that changes the vibe incredibly for you. So let's get the vibe. Yeah, that wants to come out. Okay. So, we've got the Page of Wands and the the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. And this is an opportunity to really, this is the time to feel rooted, Grounded, feet on the ground. I've got this. I have an inner knowing that I've got this. I am going to put myself first on the list. I'm gonna take care of myself. The Ace of Cups, yes, it does mean love, but it also means taking care of yourself, which is a top priority for you. Two of Wands, maybe doing some traveling. Start making plans if you're not, or maybe you're planning to travel. You could be driving. I don't really see flying. I see driving. Maybe it's a solo trip for some of you. Okay? But whatever this weekend is, it seems very, you know what? If someone said, hey, Scorpio, how was your holiday weekend? Very relaxing. Really got some sleep, took care of myself, gave myself a salt scrub bath, something like that. I went and traveled, that kind of thing. I don't know. But it's you being hopeful for the future, knowing that you deserve it. You deserve a great future, okay? And you can really put that into action this weekend in some form or fashion. But I've got many messages coming through for some Scorpios. So pay attention to that and that energy that was given off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, darkest fears. We're going to work on those. Again, Mercury and Gemini in the 12th house, that could be where that stuff lurks. It's time to rebuild that, okay? And it could be from childhood. If you notice, there's a lot of orange in this reading. Orange, 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 and a lot of orange over here. And sacral is creativity. It's your pleasure principle. What brings you joy? It's very sexual. It's very primal. It's one of the 3 lower chakras. It is also childhood stuff. So when we rebuild from childhood and let go of our darkest fears and know that we are worthy and we don't need to panic, we just need to attract, holy shit. And you're doing that this weekend. Maybe, dealing with the family and the folks and all of that has kind of released some kind of childhood trauma, or you notice it through much wiser eyes. You know what I mean? The family dynamic. And you go, this was never about me. I just observed it. I was just in the middle of all this. And I'm not a victim. In fact, I let it go. Fuck it. And then boy, oh boy. All right, so we got some pages coming in, y'all. We got some pages coming in. Hey. Page of Pentacles is like here. Page of Cups is like, yo. I mean, this may also indicate children. For some reason, again, I'm picking up some children. So you may be worried about your children. Yeah, for some of you Scorpios, that's what I'm getting. Interesting. And then we have the Empress with empowerment. You see how the Empress and the King of Pentacles is very similar. They are regal. They got this. They're not panicking. They don't look like they're stressing either. You know what I mean? Interesting. And then we have the Knight of Swords, action, some movement this weekend, and the Three of Cups, celebrating. Interesting. I love it. It's very good energy. So don't let your darkest fear play here, It's feet on the ground. You're rebuilding that fear. And I think that you discover that it comes from your childhood, and so it is. All right, bluff. With pretending, mask, and exaggeration. All right. Take the mask off. Maybe you're playing somebody's bluff. I don't know. But there's an exaggerated energy here that you're dealing with that, I don't know. I want to, you know what? No, we're gonna have it clarified by the what's the vibe cards. Because I was like, wait a minute, I want some of that. All right. Time, delay, procrastination, too busy. All right, so you may be exaggerating. Well, I don't have enough time. Again, remember when I said these two cards are similar because they've got this. They're not freaking out. For some reason, there's an energy of freak out here. That's the bluff, the exaggerating, I just don't feel like I'm running out of time. And that's just not it this weekend. You got plenty of time, okay? And you've got a lot of opportunities. I just don't take the mask off. You know what I mean? I know I said I was going to try to keep it light with these readings, but this week, some of you just needed to get some more advice from the universe. I mean, this is why you watch this stuff, you know, and you guys watch my shit from beginning to end. And in the tarot business, that's unheard of. You know, you guys on average on a tarot channel watch between 5 and 7 minutes. You guys on my channel watch an average of 17 minutes. The videos, usually the longest one, are about 17 minutes. You guys watch it the whole way through. Or you're watching another sign. You know what I mean? So thank you, but I mean, that's outstanding for a tarot channel in the sea of tarot channels that I have. It's just a matter of time. All right, you need some fucking yoga in your life. Yeah. Because ancient shit is cool. Again, and don't say, well, I don't have time for that. Again, it's taking care of yourself this weekend. And I think that's what that's all about. You know, she looks like she's doing some yoga. That's kind of like a pose, you know? Okay, maybe you got an opportunity to go check out a yoga class. Do it this weekend. Absolutely, Scorpio. All right, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, watch your full tarot reading posted on Wednesdays, of course. And if you would like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description, in person or online. I am booking for 2026. The gate's wide open, kids, so take advantage of it. All right, Scorpio, self-care. Get rid of that negative voice in your head and quell those darkest fears, and have a great weekend. Okay, let's take you off the board and let's see who is, I guess it's last. Yeah, and it's Cancer. Last but not least. I have a lot of Cancers in my life. I can go through a whole list of Cancers that I have in my life, and they're all uniquely different, but all surprisingly the same. You know, just in different fractals, you know, and that's kind of like why I love astrology and why I incorporate it in my tarot is because, you know, the 12 archetypes, zodiac signs, everybody is a fractal of that energy, you know what I mean? And you are like the diamond that fractalizes that light that comes through you, because we're all connected to the same light. You know, we're just like a bunch of multifaceted crystals giving off a different experience of the same light. Don't you just fucking love that? And yeah, Cancer, that's the way I look at you guys, you know? Okay. Cards are ready, but first we're going to do some astrology dice for this weekend. Little astrology astrology dice advice. We've got planet signs and houses, so let's take a look. We've got the sun, again, the light, the sun, that's what we were talking about, shining through Taurus, a very stable, grounded energy, and this is the 6th house. So this is not being stubborn and really taking care of you this weekend, getting into a routine of slowing down a little bit and not being stubborn in your routine, changing some things that you know you need to change or get done, okay? That's what needs to happen. But again, there's a huge tendency to be stubborn, but this is almost like maybe you're getting some painting done, maybe you're decorating for the holidays. It's something like that. This is great energy, but it's being practical, it's being feet on the ground, and it's just slowing down and taking a look at your surroundings and really enjoying it, really loving it. And look at that, the Knight of Pentacles means slow and steady, so that's the big message for this weekend. Page of Swords, again, you've got a lot of ideas. Don't waste your time doom scrolling or anything like that. The whole thing is coming down to faith, and that you are moving towards what you desire. You just have to slow down, Cancer. There's no rush. It's almost like you're trying to force it when you don't need to. Just allow it. That's the big thing. Allow it. And you've got a lot of ideas coming in, so put them into practice. You know? But there's a huge message about changing up your routine. Maybe picking up a new hobby or a new like skill or something like that. I feel that for a lot of you, like learning something new or putting or applying something that you've recently learned, you know, or you're finally getting it. Yeah, observe instead of refusing to see this weekend. Yeah. Great advice. Very straightforward and simple. Observe. Where are your thinking? Where's your thinking? Are you refusing to see that you need to have faith in the universe, that the only way this works, the completion of the circuit between you and the universe is realizing and observing your thoughts? If you are stuck in a certain thought pattern, Cancer, it's over. It's over, Johnny. You know what I mean? So you have to be observant of where your thoughts are going. If you are ye of little faith, then, well, you see the world in a state of lack in all facets, you know? So just be aware of that. But there's a slow down and then a speed up. So this weekend could have, again, multifaceted outlets, you know what I'm saying? But don't be stubborn. Don't refuse to see, okay? What's going on here. And I'll tell you what's going on as far as relationships. Setting yourself free from all kinds of judgment. Again, observing that. Are you observing other judgments? Are you judging others? Are you refusing to see that you can be kind of judgy? And again, Cancers have a way of being that way. That's okay. No one's judging you. And if they are, fuck them. Set yourself free from it. The High Priestess is trusting your intuition this weekend. And really, just you're in a holding pattern. I'm telling you, be patient. Things are on its way. And the Six of Wands to the Ten of Cups, this is celebrating. This is a good time this weekend. It really is. And don't refuse to see how much you have around you. You need to really be a little bit more appreciative of your inner circle, your outer circle. You know, embrace the world. And the world will embrace you back. It really will. Okay? So let's get some more messages. You know, I tell you, I'm trying to keep it light on these readings sometimes, and it's just really hard because the message isn't fucking around. And I like to fuck around sometimes, and sometimes it's just like, okay, Jeff, get serious. This is not something you go ahead and snicker about, you know? So, all right, Cancer, confessions. Oh, that gives me trauma. That's trauma. No, I wasn't diddled by a priest, but I went to a Catholic school, and I know goddamn well there was some diddling going on. Thank God I wasn't involved. But unveiling, coming clean, and messages. Yes, there's definitely something coming through. Either you are doing it, which sets you free, you know, or somebody is doing it to you. But there's something here. It's like, okay, now everything's wavy gravy, you know what I mean? All right, let's get what's the vibe. Yeah, Catholic school trauma. I want to write a song about that. I've got some Catholic school trauma. You know, the altar boys, and like everybody envied the altar boys. I want to be an altar boy so bad. It was just like, well, guess what? On your knees. Suffering in silence. Unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams. All right, listen, unspoken desires, speak them. Real feelings, observe them. And if they don't serve you, broken dreams, reinvent them. Again, observe where your mind goes. Suffering in silence. Why, Cancer? I'm going to tell you something. You know that little fractal of light that you all are different facets of? That's one thing you share similarly. Similar is suffering in silence, because you have unspoken desires. Speak them. Real feelings. Express them or delete them. And broken dreams. Rebuild them. This looks like another chance for you to do that. There it is. Why suffer in silence? This looks good. You're refusing to see that life is good. You're refusing to see that you're the one that's focusing on life that isn't good. It's you. And I don't want you to take that the wrong way. I'm telling you. Because Cancer, closing message, fuck. Shit is about to get real. Real good. Fuck. You need your people around you, yes. And you do. So why are you suffering in silence? Again, that's all up to you. Wow. Cancer, that is going to do it for your midweek reset tarot reading. I'm telling you. I mean, victory and success in the 10 of Cups, outweighs all this struggle. And all you got to do is let it go. Okay? All right, Cancer, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Don't forget the weekly midweek reset is available Wednesdays at 10 a.m. I go live every Thursday, 7 p.m. I didn't go live because it was Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure you understood. I almost just set up the camera and just had you watch us have dinner. I almost did that, but I didn't want everybody to have to sign a waiver. You know what I mean? And we we're kind of, I don't know. That would have been an interesting thing for everybody to see how my family's Thanksgiving goes. That's actually a really great idea. A lot of comedy, I'll tell you that much, and chaos. It's always chaos in some way, shape, or form, but it's fun. It was great. So I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I'm so very grateful for all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy this weekend. I know some stuff, we've got healing to do, and healing doesn't wait. Oh, it's a holiday? Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait till Monday. Doesn't work that way, so even though I like to try to keep it light, the message has to be how it has to be delivered. So when I want to fuck around and I see these serious cards, I'm like, all right, slow down on the goofing off, but it works. It really does. I love what I do. And I hope it comes through that way for you and the messages hit, so if the messages hit, put it in the comments. All right. Yes, thank you so much. This is going to do it for another episode of the Freakin' Weekend. Again, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, everybody. Join the Vibe Tribe. Book your readings. I'm wide open for 2026, so get yours in, because when we get past that holiday, boy, everybody's booking. Don't forget, I have a tarot and astrology combo, $90. We do a in-depth tarot reading about your state of affairs, what's going on for 2026, and then we predict 6 months out. It's fucking thorough, and it's great how both mediums, two totally different mediums, gel into one cohesive reading. And if any of you have had a tarot and astrology combo, go ahead and tell everybody how goddamn good it was, because that's all I hear. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Wednesday.